Welcome. I am Tom Sinclair, and this is Streaming Idiots. Yes, you have accidentally arrived at the wrong place, so by all means redirect your browser as quickly as possible. Just teasing, just teasing. We have actually been off the air for the last couple of weeks, had a week of vacation, then had a week last week with no internet, so that will throw you for a loop, so to say. You know, it's funny, in a studio like this, I have got a backup for everything. I got cameras, mixer, mic, PC, cables, the whole shooting match. The one thing that I don't have a reliable backup for is internet. Now, I thought, oh, well, this is cool. You know, I've got my new phone. It's screaming upload and download, like, you know, 40 down and 40 up on this Verizon phone, but not from this location. I have to go about a mile down the road to get that kind of internet speed, and I don't have a cable a mile long. So anyway, sorry to say, I've got to figure that one out. Definitely got to figure that one out. But all sorts of great things happened in my absence. vMix had a Fun Time live show a couple of weeks ago where they gave us a little teaser about vMix 18 and actuators that will allow you to actuate action. Just this past week, they said that there's a little icon down there in the bottom right-hand corner of the vMix screen, not ours, but theirs, that shows a new feature that they've added. It looks like 3 bars, kind of like, what would you call them? Like the settings bar you would see in Google Chrome. And I don't know if that's a new way to get to actuators, which I don't, activators, Prashana says in the chat, thank you. Activators, but I'm thinking that Jim may be right, that it is a new list feature. So we'll see. We'll see. Giles says it's a burger menu. I thought it was for lasagna or pancakes, but nevertheless. But in the meantime, while we wait on that, and of course, vMix 18 is not anticipated until the end of the year, with possibly a early bird beta in the third quarter sometime. So don't get real excited about this. This is stuff that's in the works that vMix has decided to sort of let us know about, so that we can get used to, and I guess get our desire up for. We can have a longing towards it, as it were. So we'll keep an eye on that and see what happens as things go out. But one of the new features in vMix 17 is the ability to stream to Facebook, and that's really pretty cool. And it's different than what I expected, because apparently Facebook works differently than I expect. So I have created, in my infinite limited wisdom, I've created something that I'm going to call a demotorial. Either that or it's a tutoro. It's either a demonstration or a tutorial. I'm not sure which. You can be the judge on that. But it's a video that I did this morning, runs about 4 minutes, where I show how I set up my VidBlaster, and this is VidBlaster 17.0.0.106, so it's the latest, greatest incremental version. There you go, Tim. And it's pretty rock solid, haven't had any problems with it. And so what I did is I set up 2 PCs this morning. Each one was streaming the same stream from this. Well, never. I'll just play it. If you have questions, you can ask me afterwards. Here we go. Here's the video. Okay, here is streaming to 4 different Facebook pages at the same time. Quick and dirty. Is it a demo? Is it a tutorial? Hard to say. You be the judge. Here on my main production PC, we are going to go down to Stream Settings. And in Stream Settings, it'll pop up the Stream Settings window. And you see that we've already set up a profile, Facebook X2. which means that stream number 1 is Facebook, stream number 2 is Facebook, stream number 3 is nothing, and in Facebook, of course, I selected it by selecting Facebook from the drop down right there. If I go into Facebook settings, and it'll take just a second to populate, it will show that I have entered my Facebook login right here, and then I've entered a bunch of other info right here, the title, the description, and then in this particular situation right here, I am saying that we're going to publish this to the page called Eastern Shore Broadcasting, and for now only me can see it. And we're going to let the stream keep going, so we'll close that one. We'll go into number 2 up here, and we'll check the Facebook settings on that one. And it'll take just a second to populate here. And you can see, again, it's my Facebook page testing. The page this time is that VidBlaster guy, so we'll close that one. And we'll save and close. Notice, and let's go ahead and tell it to start streaming. Yeah, we'll tell it to start streaming there. And then we'll come over to a second PC. So we've got 2 streams going right there. And let's just go ahead and stop this stream so you can see better. We'll go into stream settings, and you see I've got a separate profile, Facebook X2, with Facebook as number 1 stream, and Facebook as number 2 stream, and nothing as number 3 stream. So we'll go back to Facebook number 1. We can go into settings, and we'll see something very similar to the other one, that it's going to my page for today's show. In this case, the page is Sinclair Sports Network. It's only going to be shown by me. We'll go into the second one, which really is the 4th one. Facebook settings. And this goes to the Baldwin County Indoor Soccer Center. And we'll close that one. And then we'll close that one. And then we'll tell it to stream. And it'll take just a second to go from yellow to red. Red means, in this case, red is good. Red is good. Red means we're streaming. So let's go over here to our little workadoodle laptop PC, and we can see that we are on Facebook page, that VidBlaster guy. There's that one. We'll go to the second page. This is Eastern Shore Broadcasting. There's that one. We'll go to the third page. This is Baldwin County Soccer Indoor Soccer Center. We've got that one. And we'll go to the last page, which is Sinclair Sports Network, and we've got that one. So we are actually sending 4 different streams to 4 different Facebook pages at the same time from the same studio. Now, we had to use 2 PCs to do it, but hey, you know, it works. That's it. So that's the quick and dirty demotorial of doing. The bottom line, the whole purpose for that exercise was to prove that you can do multiple Facebook pages of the same stream. Now, are there times when that's going to be beneficial? Sure. You know, I trashed the whole Facebook Live thing a couple of months ago, saying that I thought it was pretty silly. But there have been several folks that have taken the time very gently to express to me, hey, it's working for them under these particular circumstances. Then the circumstances being that they may have a Facebook page that has a large number of likes, a celebrity or an organization that's very popular. And so to be able to reach those people, they can drop a Facebook Live video down there. And it seems to me that, you know, the shorter the better. Anything more than 10 or 15 minutes probably has a big drop-off in audience. And I think Facebook Live they'll actually record the first 40 minutes, or they'll record it as long as it only goes less than 40 minutes. If it goes more than 40 minutes, they won't record it. At least that's the current rulings. We'll see if that changes over time. So you can do 4. In this scenario, we could have done 6, could have done 3 on the main PC, 3 on a second PC. If we'd had a third PC, we could have done another 3. Now, somebody mentioned to me on Twitter that they could do the same thing with Restream.io or with Joycaster. And they're exactly correct, that you could, with the OpenStream, to go in, and set up as many as you wanted. You'd have to go to the Facebook page in order to get the individual stream key for each particular page. And so there'd be a little extra effort in that. And then, of course, you'd have to pay in order to do the extra RTMP feeds. Dave is saying now it's up to 4 hours for Facebook Live. Thank you, Dave. I appreciate that. Rich said he had an hour and a half stream 2 weeks ago that reached 500,000 people. That's a great example. Rich does a motocross except over the water, so jet skis and wave runners and the like. And so he had a great big following on his Facebook page, and it was a natural thing to put that there. So I do stand corrected. Facebook is going to be a great way to live stream specific types of events that I think fit into that criteria. And frankly, as it becomes used more and more, and people announce, hey, we're going to be, for example, if I were to do this show on my Facebook page, it would be every Wednesday at 3 o'clock Eastern in the USA, live, and you could go there and expect to find it. From a broadcaster standpoint, I appreciate Facebook allowing a free stream like that anybody can watch. And I like that it appears on my Facebook page, but my Facebook page is not really my Facebook page. My Facebook page is really Facebook's Facebook page that has my name on it. And so if they decided tomorrow to pull that page down, it would simply disappear. That is the beauty, I think, for broadcasters that do more than just a broadcast or two, or for broadcasters that can afford to go ahead and have your own website, have the video embedded there, have your archives there where people come to your website. And if you're using your website as a way to monetize your broadcast, which we are here. I mean, I'm a reseller for vMix and VidBlaster and Magwell and PTZ Optics cameras, and design and build custom PCs. Got one on the workbench right now. Custom PCs for folks that are doing streaming. So for me, it's important that viewers that are watching the show live have the experience of coming to the website. Now, is it a great website? No. Is it as good as a Facebook page? Probably not. But it's a work in progress, and it's functional, and it I hope is able to get folks the information they need to make a buying decision. Based on the calls and the emails that I get, it's working pretty well. Could it be improved? Definitely could it be improved. Definitely, no question about that. But for and I think we're past, as Rich says, we're past the novelty of it. He had 500,000 viewers for an hour and a half stream. Excuse me. And that is for what I would consider, a probably highly motivated audience. It was a live stream of a sporting event, and sports tend to be have that immediacy aspect to them, that immediate nature. It's once the event has come and gone, unless you participated in the event, it's not as exciting to watch it after the fact as during the course of the event when you didn't know what the outcome would be. John's pointing out in the chat room that YouTube pulls down videos as quickly as Facebook did, and so it's always a good idea to keep a backup of your videos. And that's an interesting point, because at this point, our workflow is that we're using Facebook, at least today, for the live stream. Facebook will have, we're using YouTube for the live stream. Facebook will have made a recording of the entire live stream, the pre-show, the post-show, all that kind of thing. And then we are also recording the show at a higher resolution than what we're streaming to Facebook. We're streaming to Facebook at 720. We're recording at 1080. And later on today, I'll check that recording and then I'll upload it to YouTube so that when folks go to YouTube or when they're searching YouTube, and let's say for some reason they search and they find this show, that they'll find this 30-minute show with the proper intro and the proper outro at the end. Outro, ending, whatever it's called. And it will look like a show as opposed to finding the YouTube recording of this show, which will include all the mishmash of what's going on before the show and the mishmash after the show. So, our archives, we're using the YouTube archives for our archives on our website. So if you go to our website and you're looking for a particular show to watch, or if you're just looking to go watch some shows, and let's say you want to say, what did Tom look like back in 2012 when he first started going? You can go to our archives, go back to 2012 archives, and see our very first show. It was terrible, but nevertheless. It might be fun to put them side by side at some point and see how they do. So there's that. So yes, I think Facebook is carving out its niche. Will its niche get bigger? Probably will. And it depends on how how they can do the archives, because everything with a Facebook now is kind of your feed, and whatever happened 2 weeks ago is no longer easy to find in your feed. I guess you can scroll down and get it, but the whole archiving process of video is a little bit more cumbersome. And I, for one, would like to have a little bit more control over how my videos appear. But that's just me. That's just me. Coming up on future shows, we've got a plethora of guests that I am unable to announce because I can't confirm when they'll be here. We do have a very special deal on PTZ Optics cameras this month. We have, I won't say we've negotiated with PTZ Optics, but at least they're not going to squash us when we give away free PTZ Optics cameras. And this is going to sound a little weird at first, but stick with me for a second on this one. My thought is that we could do a buy. You know how you go to the grocery store and you buy one, get one, you buy one and get one free, and so you can buy two for the price of one. Well, it would be nice if we could do that with PTZ Optics cameras. And again, stay with me till the very end of this one. But we're going to do a buy 10, get one free deal. You say, Tom, I don't need 10. I understand that. I don't need 10 either. But the concept is, PTZ Optics does not allow discounting of their products, at least not out in the open where everybody can see it. And by the way, the PTZ Optics cams are really great. We're going to be testing some this fall in a sports environment to see if we can use those as if they were an actual manually controlled camera, if we can control them from an air-conditioned booth and get the same effect as if they were out there in the 90-degree heat. So if you know somebody that's interested in a PTZ camera, let's get those folks together as a group of 11. And we can do a buy 10, get one free and spread the savings over the others. And it's a buy 10, get one free. And everybody gets a little piece of the free one. So if you know somebody that's interested in a PTZ camera, put them in touch with me, or get in touch with me, and we'll see if we can't build a little buyers group, as it were, for a buy 10 get one free PTZ Optics camera. Also, we'll say during the month, and this is an August special, and our other August special for PTZ Optics is, if you are buying, if you haven't already contacted us about a project, but you want us to build a custom PC for you for your project, we will include a free PTZ Optics camera with the project. if it's appropriate for that particular project. You may not want one, so we won't include one, but if it works, we will, and we'll make it really work out well for you. So buy 10, get one free. If you're in the market for 10 cameras, let me know. Actually, I do know somebody that's in the market for 7 cameras. So maybe if we had, that would only be 3 other people needed to get in the deal. We could do a buy, actually 4. So we could do the 7 that he wants, and then 4 others, which would be 11. So we could buy 10, get one free, and share the free one. Anyway, just trying to figure out how to make things work and bring some deals to the table. It's always fun like that. Yeah, I love the PTZ cams, and I thought they were out of my price range, and I bought one. Of course, I got it. I bought it at the reseller price. I've used it here in my studio. I've temporarily got it sitting out at the church because we're using it on Sundays at the church, and found out it's really great in a church environment because I can set it up for 4 or 5 different shots, and it will pan and tilt and zoom from one shot to the other. It's the only camera that we're using. We're not using any other cameras. So you do see the camera motion, and but you know, I've talked to a lot of folks about it, and they're like, well, that doesn't really bother me. I notice it, but it's you know, it's not like it's not like a live stream that does this number, as long as it's fairly smooth action. So, and I'll put. Let me talk to the folks at the church and see if it's okay if I put a link to that on there so you guys can see what it looks like. But it basically, I'm just taking the good old Asus laptop right here. I'm plugging the PTZ cam into it on Ethernet with a, what do you call it? Oh golly. When you're plugging 2 PCs together with an Ethernet cable, it's got to be a special kind of cable. Somebody in chat's gonna bail me out on that in just a second. And so I'm able to plug the camera directly into the laptop using that type of cable. And then we're picking up Wi-Fi, and we're streaming out over Wi-Fi. Not the best circumstance, because the Wi-Fi is only like 0.9. Crossover cable. There we go. Rich and John win the prize on that. Thank you very much. And it's actually not even a crossover cable. It's just a little crossover plug. And so we're able to stream a 480 stream. You know, as you know, in this game right here, it's really the quality of the video that's most important. So that's. I keep getting distracted by this chat now that I'm looking at it. I've got some neat stuff that we'll chat about here in the post show in just a few minutes. But the concept that I'm beginning to work with now is that this works with the PTZ Optics because they have the ability to broadcast over Ethernet, either directly to a PC with the crossover or into a switch. Is that the switch now becomes the capture card. In this particular scenario, the switch becomes the capture card. As long as you've got a gigabit switch, you've got plenty of bandwidth on that network. You're only going to have 2 or 3 of these cameras to begin with. So it becomes a de facto multi-camera setup without a capture card. And of course, the beauty of that with vMix and with NDI is that if you've got other PCs on the network that want to share those same cameras, they can do it. And again, a capture card is not involved. So it's pretty cool. Pretty cool. I guess that's it. I guess that's it for today. If you have questions about the vMix Facebook stream deal that we had later, shoot me an email, tom@easternshorebroadcasting.com. Happy to entertain your questions on that if you want more information, or if you're for some reason, having trouble getting it to work for you, shoot me an email, and we'll see if we can't get you straightened out on it. We tend to answer questions either by phone or by email for folks, even though may not be customers of ours, but we just want to get you started again. We figure if we can get you started this time, then when it comes time to upgrade or something like that, you'll come back to us. If we have to get into a long-term deal with you and provide support, that, you know, we're talking about more than just a couple of emails or more than just a few minutes over the phone, then we would ask you to buy a support package, but they're not very much. Anyway, okay, so that's the story, guys. That's the story, guys. Facebook Live, pretty cool deal. vMix 17, pretty cool deal. vMix 18, we'll see, but so far it looks pretty cool coming out in the fall. Look forward to seeing you again next week on Streaming Idiots. And, you know, in the meantime, stream, but don't be an idiot.